Hola, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos a esta sesión de Inglés 2 en el aula SEMS HD. Yo soy César y en esta ocasión abordaremos los conceptos del verbo to be en tiempo pasado. ¿Qué tal, Ceci?
¿Qué tal, César? Qué gusto estar aquí con ustedes. Hoy aprenderemos más sobre el idioma inglés para poder usarlo en situaciones de nuestra vida diaria.
Antes de comenzar, te pido que tengas a la mano tu cuaderno, lápiz o bolígrafo para hacer apuntes y tu libro de esta materia.
Para saber de qué se trata, veamos el siguiente video.
A continuación abordaremos algunos ejemplos utilizando el verbo to be en pasado. Was and were. George and Andy were enjoying Christmas. George and Myra were playing. Susie was drinking soda. Susie was resting at her home. Caesar was eating ice cream. Caesar was watching movies. Andy was practicing. Andy and Myra were shopping. Myra and Susie weren't playing. Myra was reading. Alex was cleaning. Alex was talking with Andy. Danny wasn't swimming. Danny was celebrating.
Como observaste, el tiempo pasado del verbo to be se utiliza para hablar de situaciones sucedidas con algo o alguien en tiempo pasado.
Como pudiste identificar, lo único que vamos a cambiar para pasar una oración del tiempo presente al tiempo pasado es la forma del verbo to be.
Pero antes de entrar de lleno en este tema, checa este vocabulario que te servirá para complementar tus textos en pasado del verbo to be.
English 2, Inglés 2. Places, lugares. House, casa. Living room, sala. Bedroom, recámara. Kitchen, cocina. Bathroom, baño. Church, iglesia. Office, oficina. Park, parque. Library, biblioteca. Restaurant, restaurante. Supermarket, supermercado. Cinema, cine. Hospital, hospital. School, escuela.
English 2, Inglés 2. Moods, estados de ánimo. Happy, feliz. Sad, triste. Bored, aburrido. Sleepy, soñoliento. Tired, cansado. Shame, avergonzado. In love, enamorado. Melancholic, melancólico. Hungry, hambriento. Depressed, deprimido. Scared, asustado. Surprise, sorprendido. Thoughtful, pensativo. Impatient, impaciente. Doubtful, dudoso. Worried, preocupado. Stressed, estresado. Relaxed, relajado. Anxious, ansioso.
Con esta información, podemos expresar cómo nos sentimos o dónde estuvimos en algún momento.
Exacto, Susi. Pero para poder complementar, analicemos las unidades de tiempo que puedes utilizar.
Bienvenidos a su curso de Inglés 2. En esta ocasión hablaremos de los adverbs of time, es decir, adverbios de tiempo. Pero, ¿qué son los adverbios de tiempo? Los adverbios de tiempo son palabras que nos ayudan a describir el momento en el que se lleva a cabo una acción. Los adverbios de tiempo más comunes en el tiempo pasado simple son yesterday, que significa ayer, the day before, el día anterior, ago, hace, last, pasado, y after, después de. Veamos algunos ejemplos de cómo se utilizan estos adverbios de tiempo. Myra was at home yesterday. Myra estaba en casa ayer. George and Alex were in a band 5 years ago. George y Alex estaban en una banda hace 5 años. Susie and Andrea were in the park last weekend. Susie y Andrea estaban en el parque el fin de semana pasado. Myra and George were thirsty after sports class. Myra y George estaban sedientos después de la clase de deportes. Danny was relaxing the day before Sunday. Danny se estaba relajando el día anterior al domingo. Cesar was celebrating New Year's Eve 2 weeks ago. César estaba celebrando Año Nuevo hace 2 semanas.
Ahora ya podemos aprender cómo usar el verbo to be en pasado.
Y para ello, veamos los cambios que debemos hacer en el verbo de acuerdo con los pronombres personales.
Bienvenidos a su curso de Inglés 2. En esta ocasión aprenderemos el uso del verbo to be en pasado simple, was y were. El verbo to be es un verbo irregular, como se puede ver en sus formas en past simple, que se puede traducir por yo fui, estuve, era, estaba, tú fuiste, estuviste, eras, etc. El verbo to be tiene únicamente 2 formas en pasado, was y were. El pasado simple del verbo to be, ser o estar, se forma cambiando las formas am e is por was y la forma are por were. Se conjuga dependiendo el pronombre personal o sujeto del que vaya acompañado. Por ejemplo, los sujetos singulares siempre van a llevar was y los sujetos plurales siempre llevarán were. Por ejemplo, the party was amazing. La fiesta fue increíble. We were really happy. Todos estábamos súper contentos. Ya habrás notado que este verbo no funciona como la mayoría de los verbos ingleses, pues al ponerlo en past simple no necesita verbo auxiliar en las oraciones negativas ni en las interrogativas. Es decir, que no hay did o didn't, ni ningún otro verbo en la frase. A continuación, más ejemplos utilizando was y were. I was a good student. Yo era una buena alumna. She was sick yesterday. Ella estaba enferma ayer. It was a good movie. Fue una buena película. The workout was easy to do. El ejercicio fue fácil de hacer. They were playing in a band yesterday. Ellos estaban tocando en una banda ayer. We were at the beach this morning. Nosotros estábamos en la playa esta mañana. Espero que con los ejemplos haya quedado más claro el uso del verbo to be en pasado simple. Have a wonderful day. Tengan un maravilloso día.
Si te das cuenta, solo usaremos el verbo como was o were. Depende de quién estamos hablando. Sencillo, ¿no?
Claro que sí. Ahora vamos a ver la estructura gramatical que debemos seguir para crear textos de forma correcta.
Así es, Susi. Y para entender su forma afirmativa, negativa e interrogativa, tenemos el siguiente material.
English 2, Inglés 2. Verb to be, past simple, affirmative form. Verbo to be, pasado simple, forma afirmativa. Pasado del verbo to be. El verbo to be en el pasado se utiliza para hablar de cómo ha sido o ha estado algo o alguien en el pasado. Es bastante similar al español. Lo que soy ahora es lo que era en el pasado, o simplemente se cambia la forma del verbo to be del presente a su forma correspondiente en el pasado. La estructura básica del afirmativo del verbo to be en pasado es la siguiente: I, was, you, were, he, she, and it, was, we, you, and they, were. Las palabras was y were pueden tener dos significados. Es muy importante conocer estos significados antes de utilizar la estructura. Los dos significados dependen del contexto de la oración o la conversación. El primer significado se relaciona con el verbo estar y funciona para todos los pronombres personales. Ejemplo: She was here yesterday. Ella estuvo o estaba aquí ayer. En este caso, was puede significar estuvo o estaba. El otro significado se relaciona con el verbo ser y funciona para todos los pronombres personales. Ejemplo: They were happy in their childhood. Ellos eran o fueron felices en su niñez. En este caso, were puede significar eran o fueron. Más ejemplos. I was busy yesterday. Yo estuve ocupado ayer. He was relaxed today. Él estuvo relajado hoy. She was tired this morning. Ella estuvo cansada esta mañana. We were musicians 5 years ago. Nosotros fuimos músicos hace 5 años. They were best friends in 2020. Ellas fueron mejores amigas en el 2020.
Inglés 2. Verb to be, past simple, negative form. Veamos el verbo to be en pasado, pero ahora en su forma negativa. En la forma negativa del verbo to be encontraremos una palabra muy importante que es not, o su contracción N''T. Esta palabra será parte del verbo was y were mencionados con anterioridad. La única diferencia a las oraciones afirmativas es la inclusión del not. Aquí tienes algunos ejemplos. I was not in the house. I wasn't in the house. Es muy importante que recuerdes el orden en donde se coloca la palabra not, ya que si traduces literal del español al inglés, quedaría algo como esto. Yo no estaba en la casa. I not was in the house. Sin embargo, la oración estaría incorrecta. Recuerda que la palabra not siempre va después del verbo to be. Por ejemplo, I was not. He was not. They were not. La clasificación del verbo to be en pasado, en su forma negativa, sería la siguiente: I was not, o también su contracción I wasn't. You were not, o en contracción you weren't. He was not, he wasn't. She was not, she wasn't. It was not, it wasn't. We were not, we weren't. You were not, you weren't. They were not, they weren't. Veamos algunos ejemplos. Alex was not in the forest. He was in the ocean. Alex no estaba en el bosque. Él estaba en el océano. Dani was very outgoing. She wasn't shy. Dani era muy extrovertida. Ella no era tímida. George and Mayra weren't sad. They were really surprised on Christmas. Jorge y Mayra no estaban para nada tristes. Ellos estaban muy sorprendidos en Navidad. César was not interested about last year. César no estaba interesado sobre el año pasado. Andy and Susie were not friends in the past, but now they are inseparables. Andy y Susie no eran amigas en el pasado, pero ahora ellas son inseparables. Alex was not in the party. He was in the public transport. Alex no estaba en la fiesta. Él estaba en el transporte público.
English 2. Inglés 2. Verb to be, past simple, question form. Verbo to be, pasado simple, forma interrogativa. Ahora aprenderemos a formular preguntas empleando la forma interrogativa del verbo to be en pasado simple. Lo único que debemos hacer es colocar nuestras conjugaciones was y were antes del sujeto y agregar un signo de interrogación al final de la oración. En la siguiente tabla tenemos un ejemplo de una oración afirmativa transformada a interrogativa. You were happy. Tú estabas feliz. Were you happy? ¿Estabas feliz? Es importante que recuerdes que en inglés únicamente empleamos un solo signo de interrogación, tal como en el presente ejemplo. Were you at the party last night? Como puedes ver, únicamente necesitamos el de cierre. ¿Cómo se expresa la forma interrogativa del verbo to be en pasado? Veámoslo. Was I? Yo era, yo estaba. Were you? Tú eras, tú estabas. Was he? Él era, él estaba. Was she? Ella era, ella estaba. Was it? Eso era, eso estaba. Were we? Nosotros éramos, nosotros estábamos. Were they? Ellos eran, ellos estaban. Observemos algunos ejemplos. Was Caesar playing the guitar? ¿Estaba César tocando la guitarra? Were Alex and Jorge dancing? ¿Estaban Alex y Jorge bailando? Were they breaking a piñata? ¿Estaban ellos rompiendo una piñata? Were they thirsty? ¿Estaban ellos sedientos? ¿Cómo responder a una pregunta elaborada con la forma interrogativa del verbo to be en pasado simple? Si la respuesta es un sí, utilizaremos la forma afirmativa en pasado para responder. Por ejemplo, Were you sick? ¿Estabas enfermo? Yes, I was. Sí, sí lo estaba. Si la respuesta es un no, utilizaremos la forma negativa en pasado para responder. Por ejemplo, Were they drinking coffee? No, they weren't. They were drinking water. ¿Estaban tomando café? No, no lo estaban. Estaban tomando agua. En este caso, podemos agregar una pequeña precisión en donde establezcamos la acción correcta de nuestra oración. Veamos algunos ejemplos de respuesta. Was he jumping the rope? Yes, he was. ¿Estaba él saltando la cuerda? Sí, sí lo estaba. Were Susie and Andy crying? No, they weren't. They were laughing. ¿Estaban Susie y Andy llorando? No, no lo estaban. Se estaban riendo. De igual forma, al elaborar preguntas, podemos añadir una WH word, tales como why, where o when a nuestra oración interrogativa para solicitar más información a nuestro interlocutor. Por ejemplo, why were you eating too much ice cream? ¿Por qué estabas comiendo demasiado helado? Because I was sad, porque estaba triste. Haciendo esto, la persona a quien realizamos la pregunta se verá en la necesidad de brindar más información, más allá de una respuesta dicotómica como nos ofrece was y where, en la que solamente se responde yes, no. Ahora ya sabemos cómo emplear la forma interrogativa del pasado del verbo to be. Espero que esto te haya sido de utilidad.
Where was I yesterday? Yesterday, yesterday. I was at the amusement park and the shop. I was at the amusement park and the shop. Where were you yesterday? Yesterday, yesterday. You were at the zoo and the park. You were at the zoo and the park. Where was she yesterday? Yesterday, yesterday. She was at the theatre and the swimming pool. She was at the theatre and the swimming pool. Where was he yesterday? Yesterday, yesterday. He was at the school and the library. He was at the school and the library. Where were they yesterday? Yesterday, yesterday. They were at the hospital and the house. They were at the hospital and the house.
Interesante, ¿no creen? Ahora podrás hacer uso del verbo to be en tiempo pasado y poder contar a tus amigos cómo estuvo tu fin de semana.
Precisamente es una de las situaciones donde puedes hacer uso de este tema, o también en las que veremos a continuación.
Wasn't there.
I didn't go.
You didn't care.
I didn't know.
But now we're side by side.
Hi, Jeff.
Morning, Tommy.
Jeff, can I ask you a question?
Sure, Tommy.
Were you at the ball game last night?
No, I wasn't. I was at the movies.
Oh, I see. Was Dad at my baseball game?
No, he wasn't. He was at a meeting.
How about Mom? Was she there?
No, Tommy, she wasn't. She was at her computer class.
How about Katie and Melissa? Were they at my game?
No, they weren't. They were at Jennifer Henderson's birthday party.
I can't believe it. Mom wasn't there. Dad wasn't there. My sisters weren't there. My brother wasn't there. Nobody was at my ball game.
That's not true, Tommy.
Huh?
Somebody was at your ball game.
Who?
Grandma and Grandpa were there.
They were?
Yes, they were. You know what they said?
No, what?
You were terrific.
I was terrific?
They said you were great.
Yes.
Hey, Tommy,
Yeah?
sorry I wasn't there.
That's okay. Next time.
Did you sleep well last night?
Yes, I did. I was tired.
Did Roger sleep well last night?
No, he didn't. He wasn't tired.
Did you have a big breakfast today?
Yes, we did. We were very hungry.
Did Marcella and Carlos have a big breakfast today?
No, they didn't. They weren't hungry.
Gertrude,
Yes, Harold?
do you remember when we were young?
Of course I do. I remember like it was yesterday.
I remember the day we met. You were 14. I was 15.
Actually, I was 16 and you were 17.
I was.
Yes, you were.
You were beautiful.
Oh, no, I wasn't.
Yes, you were, Gertrude. You were very beautiful.
You were handsome.
Me? Handsome? No, I wasn't. I was nothing special.
That's not true. You were very handsome and very special. I remember I was shy.
You weren't shy at all. You were very outgoing and very popular.
Oh, that's right. I was very popular. And you were very popular, too. You were always very busy.
I was. I was always with my friends.
Do you remember our first date?
Of course. We went to the zoo.
No, we didn't. We went to the park.
We didn't go to the park, Gertrude. We went to the zoo. I remember.
Harold, we went to the park. We sat on a bench in the park and we talked for hours and hours.
Gertrude, we didn't go to the park and we didn't sit on a bench. We went to the zoo and looked at the animals.
You're wrong, Harold. I remember. I remember like it was yesterday.
You know what? The zoo was in the park.
That's right, it was. We went to the zoo in the park.
We did. And we sat on a bench and we talked for hours and hours.
We ate some ice cream.
That's right. And we had some popcorn.
That's right, we did.
It was a beautiful day.
Actually, it started to rain.
It didn't rain. It was sunny.
No, it wasn't, Harold. It wasn't sunny. It rained.
It didn't rain, Gertrude.
Yes, it did.
Well, maybe you're right.
It doesn't matter. It was a very special day.
You're right, it was. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Hello, Mr. Rashid.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How is your vacation?
It was wonderful.
I'm so happy to hear that. Was your flight okay?
No, pretty bad actually. It was so bumpy. It was very scary.
That's too bad. Did you have nice weather after you arrived?
No, the weather was terrible, very rainy. I actually never saw the sun.
That's awful. So what did you do?
I stayed inside the hotel.
Was the hotel room nice?
The room was fine, but it was right next to the cafe, and the music was very loud. I didn't sleep much.
I'll bet the food was great.
No, it was too salty for me, and the waiters were very unfriendly.
Did you go shopping at all?
A little bit, until someone stole my wallet. After that, I stayed in the hotel and read a book.
Was the flight home okay?
Actually, they canceled my flight. I had to stay for 2 more days.
That's terrible. But, Mr. Rashid, you said that your vacation was wonderful.
Yes, I did. And it was wonderful. I met a very nice person. A woman, actually. Her name is Basmar. She's from Lebanon, just like me. But she lives here. I'm seeing her tonight, so yes. It was a wonderful vacation.
That's great, Mr. Rashid.
Ahora sí tienes la información necesaria para que practiques este tema y hagas uso de él correctamente.
Y para verificar que así sea, tenemos el siguiente video. Pon mucha atención, pues con ello podrás contestar el ejercicio que se propone al final.
How was the movie?
It was really good.
Was it scary?
Yes, it was really scary.
Nice. Was it crowded?
No, it wasn't. There weren't many people there, surprisingly.
Where were you last night?
I was at work.
Really? I was at your shop. You weren't there.
No, I was in the back working. You were.
Really? I was there.
How was the test?
It was really hard.
How long was it?
There were about 20 problems.
Yeah. What was your score?
Let's just say it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad either.
Do you know who was at the party?
Jason was there. So was Sue.
Were Billy and Kate there?
No, they weren't there, but their son was.
Oh, I see. So, was it fun?
Yeah, it was a fun evening.
English 2, Inglés 2. Feedback, retroalimentación. Check the last video about the conversation and answer the following questions. Questions. 1. How was the movie? A. It was boring. B. It was scary. C. It was nice. 2. Was the cinema crowded? A. Yes, it was. B. No, it wasn't. 3. Where were the women last night? A. She was at the office. B. She was at home. C. She was at work. 4. Was the man at the woman's shop? A. Yes, he was. B. No, he wasn't. 5. How was the test? A. It was easy. B. It was hard. C. It was amazing. 6. Were there above 50 problems in the text? A. Yes, there were. B. No, there weren't. 7. What was the man's score? A. It was great. B. It was bad. C. It was neither great nor bad. 8. Was Jason at the party? A. Yes, he was. B. No, he wasn't. 9. Were Billy and Kate at the party? A. Yes, they were. B. No, they weren't. 10. Was the party fun? A. Yes, it was. B. No, it wasn't.
¿Lograste contestar correctamente? Yo creo que sí. Y si aún tienes dudas, puedes consultar a tu docente o revisar tu libro de texto para resolverlas.
También te recomendamos que ahora que estás en casa, leas textos en inglés. Y si en tu tiempo libre te gusta ver series o películas, lo hagas en su idioma original activando los subtítulos Closed Caption.
Con esto concluimos nuestra sesión de Aula SENS HD. No sin antes pedirte que te suscribas a nuestro canal de YouTube, des like y actives la campanita de notificaciones.
Recuerda seguir las recomendaciones del confinamiento y quédate en casa. Nos vemos a la próxima. Bye.
En estos tiempos de contingencia sanitaria, mantenernos en casa es importante. Por eso, sigue todas tus clases a distancia y mantente en contacto con tus docentes. Y recuerda que nunca es tarde para cambiar nuestro estilo de vida. Lee más, ejercítate, come más sano, deja un rato los videojuegos y practica algún deporte. ¡Nos vemos!